All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Wolf King's Vids. I'm your host, Wolf King. Okay, so tonight we got a really interesting video by let's see, what is this? It's been taken from Right Wing Watch. Matt Walsh, who is a correspondent with the Daily Wire. That's Ben Shapiro's news network. He argues that 12-year-old girls who are raped should be forced to give birth. Uh, let's watch that clip right now and give analysis.
I pointed out that rapists use abortion to cover their tracks, and that abortion restrictions can actually protect rape victims, whereas abortion clinics often exploit rape victims and can cause rape to continue. Now, I made that point in an exchange that began with someone responding to Michael Knowles after Knowles pointed out that cases of rape and incest account for less than 1% of all abortions. And someone responded to that and said, Michael Knowles is playing down the horrible fact of the Alabama abortion ban, that if a 12-year-old girl gets raped by her dad, she has to carry the baby, and that the rapist will spend less time in prison than a doctor who aborts the baby. This is immoral. Now, I responded to that and said, if a 12-year-old is raped by her father and the father takes her to get an abortion, the evidence of the crime will be destroyed, and he will go on molesting his victim for years. If, however, the child is born, his crime will be discovered and she'll be rescued from the abuse. And then I continue. And this exact kind of scenario happens all the time with the help of the fine folks at Planned Parenthood, who are more than happy to assist an abuser in covering up the abuse. And then I provided a link with examples of precisely this sort of thing. Now, do I apologize for making this point? No, I do not. Not even a little bit. I'm not ever going to apologize for saying something that's true. It's never, ever going to happen. Ever. Period.
Okay. So that's his full statement. He said this a few days ago on his Twitter feed, which you can see here. Needless to say, he got a very warm reaction from his audience. Yeah, they criticized him greatly on this, and they have reason to do so. The infamous Alabama law that was signed recently said that basically doctors get almost 100 years, specifically 99 years, for performing the act of an abortion in Alabama. And and what Matt Walsh has argued that that basically if a 12-year-old girl is raped, the only way to prove the rape, apparently, according to this guy, is if a 12-year-old, if a preteen child basically gives birth to the rapist to the rapist person, basically, if she basically gives birth to his child. Now, here's the problem with that. First off, 12-year-olds shouldn't be giving birth to children. Their bodies aren't really developed. They haven't gone through the right biological changes in puberty and such like that in order to support a child biologically, in order to give birth without screwing up their own internal structure. And more to the point, I mean, yeah, rapists there are many ways for rapists to quote unquote cover their tracks. You don't need a 12-year-old to friggin' give birth to a child in order to know that she's been raped. The girl could pretty much freaking tell you if she's been touched, or or maybe he could run off or kill the girl. Like he could cover his tracks that way. But I think the insanity of this, just the pure insanity. Conservatives talk about freedom, they talk about individual rights, private property, and all that stuff like that. But the moment it relates to a position that's not theirs, they completely they do a 180. It's almost like they flip the script. They become authoritarian, and fuck the individual rights for the singular person. No, you have to do this. You have to follow this because it's the right way, according to me. And it's not just you. Your kids have to do this. Fuck their individual autonomy. If they want to prove that they were actually raped, they need to give birth to the rapist child. They have no control over their bodies. You know, this isn't an in-house issue. It becomes a collectivist scenario basically. I mean, just the sheer idiocy behind this guy's argument is just laughable. I mean, I wonder if he would hold the same position if it was his kid, if it was his daughter that was raped. I wonder if he could force his preteen daughter to give birth to a rapist child. I wonder. I wonder. Yeah, but this law is just insane. So insane that that a certain someone actually had a surprising thought about it. Let's see. Who was that guy? Oh, Pat Robertson of all people, the 700 Club.
Alabama has gone too far. They've passed a law that would give a 99-year prison sentence to people who commit abortion. There's no exception for rape or incest. It's an extreme law, and they want to challenge Roe versus Wade. But my humble view is that this is not the case we want to bring to the Supreme Court, because I think this one will lose.
Yeah, okay, that's it. So, yeah, even Pat Robertson is saying that this is crazy. This isn't going to work. Yeah, because they're intending to try and challenge Roe v. Wade with this new state law. But given the historical precedents, I doubt it'll actually follow through. Because I mean, these are extreme hard policies. They're like there's really no excuse for this kind of egregious kind of action, giving a doctor 100 years. But the argument that Walsh made is completely unfounded in all logic or political view or science, and yet to do that, to say that, to try and make some kind of pragmatic argument for trying to make a 12-year-old give birth on the charges of rape to validate that, it really is stupid, and it really just goes to show the lack of understanding he has towards law and forensics and many other factors and conditions that play into that kind of stuff. So hopefully, I hope he gets informed. I hope he actually wakes up, and I hope this law gets smacked down real quick. But yeah, Matt Walsh really needs to get his perspective right. Like there are more ways to friggin' verify that kind of stuff, and more importantly, children should not have to be given birth under those extreme circumstances. Because it's to my understanding of this law that the only circumstance if it threatens the life of the mother, and I'm pretty sure forcing a 12-year-old to give birth will threaten their life. I mean, that's just simple science. But yeah, anyway. This has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Stop by, dare to know, and peace out. Later. Hail Satan.